Okay, we've now sewed our binding down to the outside of our quilt. We want to make sure that when you were sewing it that you kept it right to the edge, and we're ready to press it. So you're going to want to take and press down on the right hand side, and then go ahead and press your next side going out. Make sure that your seam allowance stays flat and straight on the back as you press. Once you've done that to all the corners, you're going to flip your quilt over. Now you're going to take the corners of your quilt and you're going to pull them back straight up, and you'll fold your binding back towards the back of your quilt and just keep it down so it's smooth and even. Don't pull it. Try to keep it so that the width around there stays the same. You're going to turn it, and you can see you've pressed that up straight up and you've created a 45-degree angle there. So what you want to do is you want to take and kind of use your finger to hold it in place. Bring it straight down again so that you create this nice 45-degree angle on your quilt top. Go ahead now and keep pressing around the edge of your quilt. You'll want to do that all the way around the complete quilt, and then you'll stitch it down. Okay, you're going to place your quilt top under your machine foot. Now this is what our binding looks like. We could go ahead and hand stitch that down, but I'm going to show you how to stitch in the ditch and just stitch it all by machine. The one thing I do recommend is using a walking foot. I really prefer that when doing any binding. It makes it a lot easier and smoother. So I've been using a walking foot that's the whole time. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to stitch right along here in this ditch, which is on this particular machine and foot. There's a crack right there that we're going to follow. And we are going to back stitch when we start. We want just to hit right in this ditch, which is where the seam was. It's called stitching in the ditch. You're going to make sure your corner's folded down, and you could pin if you want to. You want the needle down on that corner, right in the corner. You're going to lift your quilt, turn it, continue to stitch, and you're just going to go all the way around your quilt like this until you get back to where you started. You'll back stitch, and then it's done. I'll go a little bit down here and we'll show you. You can see now that it's stitched there. See, your miter's sewed in, and if you want, you can always hand stitch your miters, but that's not necessary. But it makes a nice finished quilt. Hope you have fun doing your binding. It'll turn out beautiful. Just do a little practicing if you're not sure.